What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jack. So, going to go over our friend Bitcoin, currently sitting at 20.7. We're up 1.38 on the day. Lots of interesting stuff to get into today. Sitting a market cap of 393 billion. 24-hour volume 28.98 billion. So we'll hop into the 1 hour time frame. So we may have already put in an ABC correction. This was a 50% retracement of wave A, which is typical of a wave B. And we may put in a flat wave B. Or sorry guys, we may have put in a flat wave C. If we come up and we break this B high, that would be more confirmation. And then of course, if we come up and break the high of our larger wave 1, then we'd be looking for that wave 3. Some early signals that may be the case are the altcoins. If we look at Matic, we've exploded and we've already broke these previous highs. We've broke out of our inverse head and shoulders. If we look at Atom, we've exploded as well. We completed a 5-way structure. We saw an ABC, a small ABC, and we've come up and we're about to break this previous swing high. So this could be an early indication that Bitcoin is going to make its move next. Just looking at these two altcoins, I think maybe Sandbox as well had a big breakout. Let me look at Sand quickly. Yeah, Sandbox as well. See how Sandbox has already exploded and started to break these levels of resistance? So that could be an early indication that Bitcoin is about to make its move. Now, the alternative is that this is just a bigger A wave down, and we're still looking for that wave B and a possible wave C, because this is kind of a shallow retracement. If we take the fib retracement from the bottom all the way up to the top of wave 1, you can see we've come down to the 0.382, but usually you're going to come down to the 0.5, the 0.618. We didn't quite make it. Does not mean that is what has to happen. We can bounce easily from this level as we have met the minimum target, which is the 0.382. We have a bullish divergence, lower lows, higher lows on the RSI here on the 1 hour. So if you see us start to break this high, then we could be looking at the corrective wave 2 being finished. We've met the minimal targets, and we're looking for that wave 3, which could take you up to a 1.618 extension, fib-based trend extension, bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 1, down to the bottom of wave 2. And you're looking at the 1.618. I'm just going to move this up here, which is coming in about 26.5K. See that wave 4 correction and potential wave 5 to take you up to 28.6 in my opinion. We'll see here. If we start to break about 20.7K, then that would be more confirmation. Nothing is guaranteed that we're going to see that wave 3. Otherwise, we'd be looking at a larger A, B, C correction potentially here. But with these altcoin breakouts, we may see Bitcoin start to make its move here to the upside. So we'll jump into our next chart, but a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Cryptocom, the world's fastest growing crypto app. They have their incredible Visa card for cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, Crypto Earn, where you can earn incredible interest on staking your coins. We have 8% on your stable coins, 12.5 on Polygon, 12.5 on Polkadot, and their DeFi wallet where I stake all my Crow and Atom. Crow at a 12.5% return and Atom at a 15.5, I believe, percent return. Incredible. One of my favorite places to stake my crypto, the DeFi wallet. You can sign up through my link and receive $25. Top of the comments. So we'll hop into our next chart here, which is the 4-hour time frame. We've been talking about this inverse head and shoulders, and you can see here we're starting to make that beautiful round right shoulder. So that could be a little more confirmation as well that we are going to start to see that breakout. So if you see us start to push above about 20.9K, even if we see a little backtest of support, that would be a confirmed breakout of this inverse head and shoulders, and that could take you all the way up to 26,000 for BTC. Now we can easily come up and then get rejected, come a little bit lower, and then come up and then break out of the inverse head and shoulders. But if we look at the daily chart, you can see here we came back and basically back tested that large psychological number of 20K, and now we're seeing a nice beautiful daily green candle. So if we close the day here above this 20K support, that's another strong sign that we could be creating a strong bottom right here and looking for a bounce back up to these levels of resistance, 26K and 28K, as we've been targeting here on the channel. It's not until we have a daily close below 20K, and especially if we back test it on the daily, that I would think, okay, we're going to go lower. This was just a small phase of the consolidation. But please watch my video yesterday on Bitcoin where I talked about this fractal, how we went through 26 days of consolidation just as we did here after a bottoming tail before we broke down. And I do believe we're right here in this fractal. And as you can see here, we saw a nice push up to these levels of support, now flipped as resistance. And if we do that once again, then we'll see a nice push up to 26, quite possibly 28K before beginning to come down. And as I mentioned yesterday, this phase of consolidation took about 13, 14 days. So if we go from the low here and we stretch it out about 13, 14 days, you're looking about July 3rd, July 4th. Where we could see that continuation to the downside to take us down to that strong level of support here. I'm actually going to move this box just a wee bit here. Down in between about 10K, 10.5, which was the technical target from yesterday, and all the way up to about 13K, our next strong level of support. You can see this 17 to 20K level is not nearly as strong as a support level as down here. This is quite a demand zone here in between that 11 to 13K, quite a strong level of support for BTC. So we could definitely come down to these levels, but as I've been mentioning on the weekly time frame, we're more oversold on the RSI than we've ever been in the history of Bitcoin. So I do think the bottom is near, but what can happen here is you'll see a little bounce and you'll see the RSI come up just a little bit, and then it will come back down once again, and it can stay low for quite a while. As it did here, it came down and then we bounced and then we came down once again. If we look at the chart here, you can see here it is. We came down to oversold on the RSI, we bounced, and then we came lower. So if we see that once again where we come down, we're very low on the RSI, we bounce to 26, 28K, and then we come lower, which could bring you down to that 10 to 13K price target for our friend BTC. So in the short term here, if we start to break about 20.8, 20.9K, we break this possible B high, then the ABC correction may already be complete. We've had a flat C wave, and we're going to see that wave 3 that can take you up to about 26, 27K. But if we do roll over here, then I still think you're going through a corrective wave A, B, C. Come down into this yellow box and complete the wave 2 and be looking for our wave 3. The only way to invalidate that is for us to come down and break these lows here at about 17.5, 17.6. I don't think it's the likely scenario. I think we put in a short-term bottom here. But of course, I can be wrong. If we do come down and break those lows, then we could go lower here. But as of right now, it does look like we're putting in some strong support here on the daily time frame, as well as this inverse head and shoulders. So especially if you start to see this inverse head and shoulders break out and we start to break these previous highs, then we are looking at a 5-wave structure to the upside for our friend BTC. Big shout out to the Discord with our spot trades here. We've had a monster 43% gain on our Matic trade. I've been taking profits along the way. Our entry here was 0.35, and you can see we've already ripped all the way up to 50 cents for 43% gain. And my exact entries for my spot trades as well as my leverage trades are coming in the $10 membership. You can sign up through the Patreon, and over 1,900 members. I'm talking all things crypto, posting chart patterns. And if you want to trade with me, $4,100 sign up bonus over on Bybit. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.